Music has a way of binding people. It has a way of being this incredible, diverse, unique, self-expression filled medium. And it really is special. There's a lot of artists out there who've had a major impact on the world. A lot of people who've changed the music industry forever, who've set standards. And all those people, sure, they have incredible stories. There's no story quite like British Saliva. I guess I'll just start from the beginning. British Saliva, he kind of just popped out of nowhere, really. He kind of just emerged onto the music scene as this instant powerhouse. He didn't have a rough start. He didn't have a rocky start like a lot of artists do. It was really something special for the music industry. We haven't seen a story like that in a long time. And his first song, I mean, tell me about a hit. Night Howlers? Now that is a song.
Hey guys, my name is Noah Timmons and I am British Saliva's marketing manager.
So, what was your reaction when you first heard Night Howlers?
So that's a good question. My first time listening to Night Howlers, it was a Wednesday night. I remember a while back. I was in my room, just working on some projects, some other creators and stuff such as that. And I was looking, and on my recommended page, I saw Night Howlers by this British Saliva character, and I was like, interesting name, interesting title, stuff like that. So I decided to give it a listen. I'd say shocked is an understatement. Surprised is an understatement. Blown away is truly more like it. The choruses and the melodies and the beats and all of that was, I would say for a first-time listener, it was truly earth-shattering. It kind of almost realigned my view of reality almost with the depthful meaningness of all of the lines, combined especially with the synth rhythms and just the various different artistic elements that British Saliva has so, you could say expertly, truly incorporated into his songs and his music making.
All right, we are pulling up to the British Saliva house. I'm very excited to meet him. He said to come at night. That's when he's the most creative, and I think here it is. Wow. It is even prettier than I thought it would be. Wow. All right, let's go talk to him. All right, this is it. Let's unlock. You hear that?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I didn't see you come in. Welcome to my crib. Welcome to my palace. Let me show you around. This is my bodacious beat laboratory, where you hear all of my finest classics. Come on. Oh, fresh lamb. Anyway, this is obviously my finest masterpiece. This is what I like to call the cornucopia circle. Come on. This beautiful field of 50,000 miles of nothing but mountains. Look at that view. Absolutely gorgeous. An absolutely gorgeous
Hey,
view.
British
Oh my
Saliva!
gosh.
Can I come in? I'm such a big fan. Please let me come in. Please,
I
please
don't-
let me
I
come
don't
in.
know.
Please let me come in.
Okay, well, that's basically all there is to my crib. So, that's where the magic happens.
British Saliva, it's an honor to meet you. I am a huge
Of course,
fan.
the pleasure's mine.
So let's just address the elephant in the room here. Night Howlers has just released, and it is a commercial success. People around the world are loving it. How are you dealing with this newfound fame?
I mean, I think I'm dealing with it spectacularly. The Timberwolves are a family. We're a brotherhood. We conjure to the forest. It's like our lifestyle, our living essence. British Saliva is more of an idea. It's not a physical concept in this construct reality. So yeah, I'd say pretty bodacious is how I describe this newfound fame.
What was the process like for making such a revolutionary song? I haven't heard anything like it personally.
It's actually very quite simple. I seclude myself in the Himalayan mountains for several months at a time, and with the Mongolian tribes up there, I meditate and drink nothing but salt water and starve myself, and that's gets the creative juices flowing, let's say, and that's where the Timberwolves really feel this spiritual flow of just creativity and just knowledge. So yeah.
Tell me about your life before the fame. What kind of, besides music, what are you into?
Well, I'm really into kayaking. I really like taxidermy fish. I'm really into I really like looking at grass. I love petting sheep, and I play a lot of video games. I have a big problem with the word video games though. I think it's way too corporate. So I like to call it simulated educator.
What's your next song looking like? What's your inspiration for it?
Well, first I've conquered the woods. Now it's time to go beyond that. I'm coming for the ocean, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. It's gonna be aquatic theme to really intact my inner soul of all biomes. So yeah.
Okay, and I guess my final question would be, do you have any message to us Timberwolves out there? Maybe, give us fans a sneak peek of what's up next, what's in store for the future of British Saliva.
That is a most triumphant question. I guess the only thing I could say then is, Timberwolves, howl!
A lot of people accused British Saliva of being a one-hit wonder. They thought he couldn't top Night Howlers because it was already the greatest song ever made, and how can you top greatness? But British Saliva finds a way.
So, Z-Life has just dropped. Many people were calling you a one-hit wonder, and you've just proved them wrong. How do you feel about this?
I feel like I've just proved everybody wrong with my intellectual grains of sand that I call the knowledge of the Timberwolves that spewed into this beautiful creation we now know as Z-Life, this aquatic side of the Timberwolves we've never seen before. So I'm extremely proud, and I knew it was coming.
Tell me about how your lifestyle has changed after this new drop?
Well, my salary has increased from 50,000 a year to 6 billion a year, so that obviously is a massive upgrade. I'm still living in the same place to stick to my roots, be humble, and just keep integrating this Timberwolf mentality of just loving and brotherhood into my music. So yeah.
What other artists or any sort of inspiration did you have for Z-Life? What inspired you to make that?
Well, my biggest inspiration was probably the ocean. The second biggest inspiration was probably Big Ice K. Then, if I had to say my third inspiration, it would probably be a moment I was sitting in a field of dandelions.
It's always great speaking to you, British Saliva, and I don't know if you remember, but last interview I asked you this as the final question, so I'm going to ask it to you again. What is in store? I mean, I am just dying to know what the future of British Saliva is looking like. Can you top Z-Life?
Well, I can't tell you too much. All I can say is something big is coming.
After Z-Life, British Saliva started working on his next song. And that song changed the world. It's called Midnight.
British Saliva is like the best thing that's ever happened. Nothing ever compares to anything better.
As you can see, British Saliva has permanently changed the music industry forever. No other artist has ever compared to his greatness or ever will be. He is a revolutionary artist. He just dropped his new track, Midnight, the best song ever made. Listen to it, it's out right now. Revolutionary.
And the Grammy goes to... British Saliva.
What an honor it is to get this award. All of my hard work and dedication of the Timberwolves have gone to winning this award. Thank you and good night.
You thought it was over? It just struck midnight!
Midnight had such a profound impact on the world. It was incredible. Midnight had such a profound impact on the world. It changed everything. It changed life as a whole. It brought a new meaning to what this planet is capable of doing. I didn't think a living being could create something so beautiful. And yet it happened. Me and Tommy, we set out to analyze the impact of Midnight and see what effect it had on people. Because it really was life-changing. It was his most profound, most unique, most true to self, most vulnerable song.
Midnight is personally my favorite song, I'd say. Definitely, sorry, I get emotional even just thinking about that, but it was just, it was a special experience, working with all those great people, especially British Saliva, obviously. I think obviously British Saliva's biggest song, which it just makes me proud to be a part of something as big as that. something that took so much work from a lot of people, a lot of dedication, definitely a lot of hours in the studio.
All right, I'm gonna show you a song. It's called Midnight by British Saliva. Tell me what you think.
All right.
All right, tell me what you thought.
It's pretty good, pretty relatable, honestly.
Thank you.
Pretty relatable.
Want me to repeat that?
What'd you think?
Pretty good. It's pretty good. It's fire. Did you make that?
That's British Saliva.
Oh, nice. Good.
There's just like a snippet. If you can tell me.
Thanks for turning that off. That's probably the biggest piece of dog shit I think I've ever heard.
Weirdo. Okay.
When I first met British Saliva, my first inclination was, what is this elf-like, god-like figure? And when I first knew that it was actually sort of like a figment of what the British Parliament created in the 1960s, I realized that I needed more. That's when I started the British Saliva Foundation. It was sort of a reincarnation of the old plantation systems in the 1800s in America, but with British saliva, in which basically I learned a method of milking this British saliva from British saliva. And that's when I first learned about the serum. The serum was essentially a way to create immortal life. British saliva actually has a particular molecule that creates this eternal life just from his very own saliva. And that's why British saliva is one of the best salivas in the entire world.
Rumor has it, in the Timberwolves community, the #1 British Saliva fan lives just over here. And I was able to get in contact with him. So, we're about to interview him right now. So, I think this is the spot. Does he live over there? This was the time we were supposed to meet him. I don't know where he's... Hey! Welcome! This is where I live! Are you here for him? For a British slut? Yeah. Nice to meet you. I want you to follow me. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Those are nice. Thank you.
They have him on them.
Yeah, him.
Dude, put him on.
Here, hold the flashlight real quick. Sorry about the photos. #1 British Saliva fan. That's very cool. Sweet. Wow. Thanks, dude. I'll take it back. Okay. So how did you hear about British Saliva?
I've always known about him.
Always.
Always since the beginning of time.
Okay. And why do you like his music so much?
It's the greatest to ever exist.
Okay. Tell me about Midnight.
What do you want to hear about it?
It's
amazing. It's amazing. It's a work of art. It's more than art.
How did it change you?
Okay. A better question would be how did it not change me? I mean, everything he's made has changed me.
British Saliva, I am honored to be back in your home. I honestly thought you were getting a little too big for these interviews, but your humbleness shines through as always.
Of course, of course.
You keep surprising the world. You keep showing people just how much you can do and how much you can improve every single song. Tell me about Midnight.
Midnight was basically just me putting all of my tranquil energy into one format, and that is Midnight. Midnight is all the darks, the shallows, the essence of pain, glory, and refuge into one masterpiece, and that was Midnight. Midnight is my most proud project I've come up with so far.
Yes, and the statistics certainly reflect that. It's a hit. That's the only way to describe it. People are loving it more than Night Howlers, more than Z Life. You just keep growing. So it feels like basically everybody in the whole world knows British Saliva by now. You've become even more popular, and with that comes fans. How have the fans been treating you? Are there some awkward interactions at times?
First off, I'm thankful for all of the Timberwolves, but things can get a bit out of hand with the Timberwolves.
British Saliva! British Saliva! Hi!
Okay,
Hi!
okay.
Oh my god! It's
Again.
you, look!
Are you
Look,
at
you're
my
my
house?
top artist!
Are
You're
you
my
at my
top
house?
artist! No,
Be gone!
No, Norwegian Saliva! Norwegian! No!
Little trick I learned. But anyways,
Well, that was impressive.
I know. Many years of experience with that one.
Now you have you've also received some critical acclaim from quite a couple of award companies. Talk to me about what it's like to receive these awards.
Well, I got Best Song of the Year, Best Album of the Year, Best EP of the Year, Best Artist of the Year, Best Looking Man of the Year, Best Model of the Year, and Sexiest Man in America. So it really has just been a blessing that I could have only done with the Timberwolves, and just truly an example of the power the Timberwolves have together.
So there's always going to be people who love to swim against the current, who love to defy the mainstream and act as though they're different. How do you deal with the people who hate British Saliva?
Well, I think that all stems from my evil brother Norwegian Saliva gaining against me, but I truly think it just comes from his jealousy that I am just a better musician than he is. Now, I'd love to tell you about my new song, but it's about noon and it's past my bedtime, so can you please leave my dormitory?
Of course. Thank you for your time, sir.
Midnight was the best, but also the worst thing to happen to British Saliva. He was a commercial hit. He could buy anything he wanted. He had millions of fans across the world, and he was finally able to express himself. But then he went dark. There was a series of events that happened after the release of Midnight that had a heavy toll on British Saliva's well-being. And they're the reason he went dark. First, it was Kendrick Lamar. Both British Saliva and Kendrick Lamar were nominated for Grammys. And it was so obvious. It was so obvious that Midnight should have won. But it's rigged. Kendrick Lamar, he won.
And the Grammy goes to, I'm scared. Kendrick Lamar!
From my culture to let y'all know what it look like in a bulletproof rover. In my mama's sofa was a voodoo papa.
I reached out to Kendrick Lamar to speak to him, kind of ask him, why does he hate British Saliva so much? Why does he have to be a rival? The two of them, they could make such great music together, but egos get in the way, specifically Kendrick Lamar's ego, because British Saliva is very humble.
It's Kendrick Lamar back at it, and I'm here to say...
Oh, and Kendrick Lamar, by the way, looks nothing like the photos. He's a completely different dude when you meet him in person. It's like he hires somebody to play him. I mean, imagine your music being so bad that you have to put on this alter ego and make yourself look different because you don't want people to know who you really are. That's ridiculous.
British Saliva. I hate British Saliva. His music, oh my god, he just sits in his own terrible beats. I could not do it. It just doesn't ring in my ear. There's no flow, it's so horrible. I hate British Saliva. His music, he was a one-hit wonder. Midnight, I guess you could call that okay. His beat was alright, and most of his music you can't vibe with, man. I don't rock like that, I make beautiful beats. I drop hideous bars. I make them quiver to their knees, man. He's just out here for attention. If I could, I would destroy all of his music.
Hey, man, stop hating on my man, British Saliva, man. Hey. Hey, man, no,
He sucks.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He actually doesn't.
It's all fake. It's all made. I'm right.
Are you kidding?
That's what he did. That's what he
The second event that caused the disappearance of British Saliva was his files getting stolen. In the middle of the night, while he was sleeping, British Saliva's files were stolen. They were on a USB drive, and they weren't there in the morning. He said that on that drive was the next best thing. He said it would change things. And it pains me to say, but we'll probably never know what he meant by that. Because we'll never get to hear that song. Whoever has that drive is the only person who can hear the greatest thing in the world. And that's a tragedy. It's just disgusting.
What was your reaction when British Saliva went off the grid for several months?
I was devastated. I had been following British Saliva for months and months, and when I heard he went off the grid, it was sort of like almost a happy and sad reaction at the same time. I both felt happy for him being off the grid, and I felt a deep sadness that I wouldn't see him for months on end. I was addicted, if you want to say that.
It's definitely hard to see someone having a writer's block like he did, and trying to work through it with him. Because, you know, obviously myself and all of his fans know what British Saliva is really capable of, as we've seen in all of his songs. And it definitely hurts to see someone that, obviously over the course of all the songs and all the hours and days that I've spent making music with him, the toll that it can take on someone to not be able to produce music. Because not only does it keep him from producing music, but something that people might not think of as often is that he truly cares about his fans, each and every one of them. So when he's not able to make music for them, that takes a toll on him.
What did you think when he went dark?
When he went dark.
When he stopped making music?
I don't like the question.
So you didn't have a reaction when his files were stolen?
Well, I'd rather not talk about it, but
Do you think maybe Norwegian Saliva did it?
Get out.
What?
Get out! Oh my God! Don't say his name! Don't say his name! Get out! Get out! Don't say his name! Don't say his name! We gotta get out of here, dude.
All right. So we've been camping out around here for about a couple hours now. Lost track of time. Apparently, this is one of the spots where British Saliva comes to gather his inspiration, and times have been pretty rough for him lately. The music hasn't been coming out. It has not been flowing, and we've reached out for an interview, and it's been really hard to get a hold of him. So we're gonna see if we can find him here and maybe talk to him a bit. We're waiting out, trying to see if we can find British Saliva right now. We're hiding because we don't want to scare him off. Hopefully we can find him. Is that him? Go look. Oh my God. British Saliva, it's been so long since we've last seen you. How have you been?
Kendrick Lamar. I know you stole my files.
British Saliva! I have no idea what you're talking about. Your music isn't even worth stealing. You pathetic garbage.
Dylan, hit it! It's time for you to feel the fist of British Saliva!
Living in the clouds of me, oh shit!
My name is Kendrick Lamar, and I'm here to take our British Saliva and put you to shame!
The temple wolves return to me overnight!
You will taste defeat under my fist! Your rhymes are nothing but a little myth!
Should we stop him?
It's time to finish
Use his
you
final
off.
form!
Once and for all!
In the sky, British Saliva will fly! Ow!
I'll be. I got it! Cloud Prowlers!
What is that?
It's the next big thing. Follow me.
Where's he going? I don't know. He's not. Oh, can he drive? Does he run? Oh, he's coming back. Oh. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Where are we gonna go?
We're going home.
You ready? Yes. What's up, British Saliva? Who's following?
Stop. I need my privacy.
What?
The window.
What's in the window? Where is he? There he is.
What's he doing?
Where is he?
Oh my god.
There he is.
He's making music. He's making music. British Saliva's back. No way.
What is it? What is it, British Saliva?
Cloud Prowler.
I like to call it simulated educators is what I really go for.
Oh, he's putting his shoes back
I
on.
need the shoes on.
No, take off. Take them off. Come on.
Dylan, hit it.
I need to get to the bathroom.